Okay, so I'm going to also respond to this video today um, because my day is kind of boring. So I compiled a list of all of the guys that I've seriously and kind of casually dated. Well, not all of them, but the ones that are most memorable. Um, and given them fake names and made a list of all their positive qualities and what I would want in the ultimate perfect prince man type thing. Okay, so the first one I've named Colt, and he was a chef and kind of a bad boy and one of those guys that you would not want to introduce to your family, but at the same time he's just so incredibly sexy that you're just drawn to his darkness. Yeah, that was Colt. And then the next one that I have is Xavier. And Xavier was great because he wasn't the hottest of all, but he was cute. He was real cute. And he followed you around like a sick puppy. And not in like the stalker creepy like when you just for a restraining order kind of way, but like he was just down for whatever I was down for, and like he was just always, he was a pleaser. Definitely a pleaser. And just always there for whatever I needed. And you know, if I wanted to go for a walk, I could go for a walk, and it didn't really matter. And yeah. The next one is we're gonna call John, and John had money, which I'm not gonna lie, I could totally see myself a trophy wife one day of a big rich man, spending his money like crazy. Because me shopping is a bad thing, because I could shop for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and still be ready to shop some more. But yeah, no, he used to take me to like these really nice restaurants and spoil me and loved to show me off, and he was a great guy, until he wasn't. The next one's gonna be called Dimitri, and Dimitri was a very, very serious relationship of mine in the past that happened twice, and both times I ended up, first time I ended the relationship, and the second time he ended the relationship. And the first time was kind of nice and kind, and the second time was me in a ball on the floor crying my eyes out. But you know, but he was like your ex that you're talking about, just like, oh my god, like top A-list prime meat, gorgeous beyond all reckoning. Abercrombie models wish they were as hot as him. But he had this kind of dark, brooding, quiet sexuality about him. Like, oh god, it was so hot. He was very spiritual, and that was just, those two things combined was just, oh, perfect for him. And so that was really important to me. And then there was Will, and he was kind of a southern boy, and just, oh my god, oh, his kisses, like you could feel the electricity just like running down your spine every time his lips touched you. Like, oh dear god, it was amazing. And then there was Jarek, who was a very memorable relationship of mine. He always had a plan, and until it all ended, and the thing that happened between us, I was always safe with him, and I just felt like things were happening for a reason, and he always knew what that reason was, so I just always went with him, and that was such a wonderful feeling. And then there is Carl, and Carl was, or still is, attentive and sweet and loving, and always says the right things, and is interested in my drag, which, for any of the people watching this video that are drag queens, they will be able to attest that it is sometimes impossible to find a guy who is okay with dating a drag queen, because there's that whole stereotype of, I'm gay because I want men, and if I want a man, why should I date a drag queen who looks like a woman? Anyway, that's a complete other video. But yeah, so he's supportive and loving and wonderful. Things I've yet to find in a man, which is a little bit of an addition, is a guy that will make promises and then completely follow through. Completely. Like, to a T. Will say something will happen, will give you a time it will happen, and then it will happen. Like, that is just the one thing that I'm looking for in a man that I have not yet found. Which is why I think that I struggle so much, because I'm so intent on finding someone that I can just know everything that they say is going to happen, it's going to happen. Obviously, you know, like if someone dies, or if, you know, there's a car wreck or a natural disaster or something goes wrong, then there are things you can't help. But girls, you know what I mean. But yeah, so that's my response, my third response to your videos today, Amber. And yeah.